Hey everybody, what's up guys? I'm back with another favorites video and I'm just gonna talk about all the stuff I've really been into lately, the stuff that I've been wearing non-stop. A lot of it's gonna be on the drugstore side of things because right now there's just so much out at the drugstore and I haven't even tried it all yet. I've been slowly but surely kind of collecting my thoughts on things, putting drugstore reviews up, and during that whole process I find things that I really like, and that's what I'm sharing with you, like the stuff that I feel like is worth it, the stuff that I personally would buy again. Okay, so let's get it started. I need to talk about these first and foremost because this has been the best makeup discovery for me of January, and they are the brand new WetnWild loose highlighting powders. I did a full review on these with swatches, so I'll link that video down below. You could check it out and see what it looks like going on. I don't even know where to begin with these because I've been wearing them all month long since I purchased them. Ever since I found these at the drugstore, I just knew I was gonna love them, and it's one of those makeup products that I really cannot believe the price on because it's $8. I think it's even cheaper on the WetnWild website. I think this is just quality all across the board. Pigmentation is amazing. The shade selection is really nice. I want more shades already. There's 4 of them. I have these 2 here. The other 2 are deeper shades that are just as gorgeous, but these are the ones that work for me. I'm wearing this one called I'm So Lit right here, and I applied this with a light hand today. This is what it looks like with a light hand. So that just gives you an idea of how glowy that these really are. I think that these are going to be for the people who don't mind a noticeable highlight because it is very strong even with the light hand, like how I put it on today. And I was being careful. Like most of the time I'm not careful at all and I just pile it on and I love it. I mean, I'm just a highlighter person, so I like that look. But even if you try to go light with it, it is still very pigmented. It's very noticeable. It gives your cheekbones a very sculpted look, and it does have a ton of shimmer. It's got a pearl finish to it. I don't feel like there's too much glitter in here, but there is. When you look up close in the sunlight, I've noticed that there's just like microscopic glitter. I personally love glitter, so I don't mind it at all, but I think that what really gets me about these is the way that it just goes on without even like thinking about it. You don't have to keep dipping your brush in. You don't even have to wet your brush with these. You can just apply it and go out the door. They kind of just go on so smoothly that you don't even really have to blend it, which is really nice if you're someone who just needs to get ready in the mornings like I do and like get out the door. You know, you got things to do. Like this is the best highlighter that I've tried so far out of the new drugstore stuff I've tried. Like if you take anything from this video, these highlighters are it. Like I definitely recommend these. Now the next thing I have is from Milani. They have a ton of new stuff out right now, so much that I couldn't even get it all because I was like, okay, I gotta really pick and choose here because they basically have a whole new line of products for 2019. I ordered this from Ulta and it's one of their new bronzers. This is called their Silky Matte Bronzing Powder and I have it in the shade Sunlight. This is the lightest one that I saw on Ulta's website. And it has this kind of like sun pattern in it, but I've been using it all month long, so it's kind of long gone, but it looked really cool. You know how Milani does that. They usually have very beautiful face products. It does have kind of like a coconut scent to it. It reminds me, it smells a lot like the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, and the shade actually works really well for my skin tone because it's so light. I mean, I'm pretty pale, so bronzer on me, you know, it's really tricky sometimes. Sometimes they're too orange, sometimes they're just too deep for my skin tone. So I don't really wear a lot of bronzer, to tell you the truth. I'm more of a blush highlighter person. This came at a perfect time for me because I already wanted to try some new Milani stuff and I had just ran out of my milk chocolate bronzer from Too Faced. So I had to get this. Like it was a sign for me. I was like, okay, I gotta try this out. So I did. I'm glad I did it, you guys. It is so silky smooth. I feel like I actually like this more than my Too Faced bronzer, and I love that one. I still would use it, but I feel like this has kind of taken its place because the shade is just, I would say maybe 2 shades lighter than milk chocolate. This bronzer is still warm toned, but it is so light enough that it actually works for my skin tone. I cannot believe how good this color ended up looking on my skin. I've been wearing this ever since I got it from Ulta. I forgot how much it was full price. I want to say like $9, maybe around that. I don't remember, so I'll link it down below for you guys if you want to check it out for yourselves. But I haven't seen this in any of my drugstores. I couldn't find any new Milani stuff, and I've been looking all month long, so I finally just decided to get it from Ulta's website. So I really had no idea how it was going to actually look in person because there's some makeup products that I don't like buying online. I'd rather look at foundations in person. I'd rather look at bronzers in person just because I never know. It's always a gamble like how it's gonna match, you know what I mean? But the color is great. The formula is a whole nother thing. The formula is awesome too, and it's because it is matte, but it's so silky. Like the actual formula itself reminds me a lot of butter bronzer. Like you touch it and it just feels like a cream almost. It's so nice and soft, but it's not powdery. It doesn't go on looking chalky or anything. It blends out great, and I really have nothing bad to say about this. I totally recommend this new Milani bronzer. If you guys need a bronzer, if you ran out like I did, check this out because it did not disappoint me, and I feel like it has replaced my Milk Chocolate Soleil, which is crazy because I've loved that one for a long time, but I just think this one's a better match for my skin tone. Eyeshadow palettes. Okay, you guys, I've never tried Colourpop until recently. So I bought these when they were on sale, like I think $10 each, maybe 12, something crazy affordable. And I was like, okay, let me see what this is all about. So I bought this one called Yes Please, and this is a super warm tone palette. And I also got Give It To Me Straight, which has got more rosy tones. But this is the one I'm wearing today, and you guys, I used this a lot since I bought it, so it's like really messy, so don't judge me. But I'm wearing this one called GNO and Chauffeur today, and a little bit of Big Cocktails on my lower lash line. So I'm wearing a combination of those three orangey shadows, and I like this because it's actually got more mattes than shimmer. Both of these have, I think, more mattes in them, so I find myself really grabbing them all the time in combination with my that one palette I love, the Viseart one, the neutral matte or whatever it's called. I use that because it has really good like brow bone colors in it. So I always have that in my everyday makeup drawer, but then I like to reach for other colors like that are a little bit more fun. So I've been using these to kind of supplement my other palette, and I've hit pan on like every shade in my Viseart palette, so I kind of needed to get something new to add to my collection anyway. The only issue I have with some of these shadows is that they are very powdery. Like the matte ones can be powdery, so you have to really be careful. Like take your time working with them because I feel like they can be kind of messy, but I'm willing to put up with it because they're pigmented. It's not like they blend patchy. It's not like you have to reapply it all the time. It doesn't blend off or anything. And I feel like some of these colors remind me of Anastasia palettes that I've had in the past, like the Modern Renaissance and stuff. The shimmers in here are beautiful. Oh my gosh, especially this one. I use it all the time. Fourth Rate, Candid, Straight Up. Oh my gosh, these are just gorgeous. Like you touch them and I mean you're good to go. You can apply these shimmers with your fingers. That's what I do because I feel like they come off a little bit better that way. But even with the brush, I mean they're great, and the mattes blend out beautifully. I am someone who is not an expert at eyeshadow. Like I find myself trying to watch tutorials, trying to constantly like get a little better at blending. I'm not perfect when it comes to eyeshadow. Like that's the area I feel like I struggle with when it comes to makeup. Everything else I feel like, okay, cool, I got this. But when it comes to eyeshadow, it's hard for me. So I like formulas that I can work with easily. These palettes are awesome. I don't know where I've been. I mean, I know Colourpop has been on the scene for a couple of years now, but when I first tried them, they didn't have all this stuff. So I never really thought twice about it until I started seeing them all over my Instagram and stuff. But I wish Colourpop would sell their stuff at stores because, I mean, I know Ulta has some stuff, but it would be so nice if Colourpop either just came out with their own store or if they were carried at Target. Could you imagine if Colourpop was at Target? That would just be great because then I could really see what it looks like. I don't know, I guess I'm just old school in that sense where I really like shopping for my makeup in person, you know, and I feel like it's harder with more brands trying to come out online. And I get it, it's cheaper to do that, but I still wish they were at Target. Okay, so last up here is one more thing from Milani. This is another new release from them. It's called their Shimmering Face Palette. The color is called Luminoso Glow, and this is amazing. Like I'm straight up just gonna gush about it because it is that good. If you're someone who loves shimmer and highlighter, I think you're gonna wanna check this out because of how fun it is to mix and match these colors. I love to do this with highlighters, especially just mix a couple shades together, and in here you get some gorgeous neutrals, you get some bronzy colors, a little bit of golden sparkle to them, and then you have these pinks over here. Some of them are even coral looking on my skin tone, and then in the middle are kind of more highlighter shades for me. There's 8 different colors in here. They're all very intense shimmery shades. If you guys like shimmer, if you like highlighter, or if you just want to kind of customize your own look, check this palette out. I think you guys will love it, and I think it was around, I want to say 17 bucks at Ulta, and hopefully it's going to be at other drugstores soon. I just haven't seen it at any drugstores yet. but I highly recommend this, and especially if you're like me, if you love the shimmer. All right guys, well that's all I got for you today, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have everything listed down below and linked if you want to shop with those links. It does directly support my channel, so I thank you for that. And let me know what you've been using lately. I would love to hear your favorites, whether they're drugstore, high-end, anything. I would love to know. So I can't wait to chat with you all. I hope you're doing well, and as always, thank you so much for watching.